desperation, they regroup. Now we're going to work together, because if we fail, we all be ashamed because of we put Barrow to this. This was what they discussed about. Yes, literally, not word to word, but the context of discussion was this. Because if we fail now, for them is UDP will win. But if we fail now, we will all suffer because of UDP will not accept us again. They said we have to do this, we have to, because most of them came out from the UDP. Now we have to do this. But how are we going to arrive? Now they said they're going to put out statements, and they want to, and they said that they're going to stand their ground to make sure they get what they want. It's up to Gambians how they deal with this. But as I said, that's why the conversation is let political parties meet, the inter-party meet, to make sure we avoid these problems. The desperation. Now, what they're doing here is, they came out with a ridiculous excuse again. You know, they talk about farmers, Gambian farmers. Now they talk about Gambian women. You see, because I told you that they wanted to bring these women based on organizations. Now they're going to bring the women based on organizations because we blow it out. You see, that's the essence of doing things the way we do. We put something out for them to put their other move. We put something out to cancel that move they do and put them vulnerable. Now everything's collapsed. Now they try to go back to the drawing board, and now we're after them. Now they came out with this idea that there are lots of women that are married in Senegal, and he started with Casamas, but he said different borders. Lots of women. Again, people that understand Gambian social backgrounds. The intermarriage between communities across the border is not something that someone else mobilizes. Because of these border villages or towns, they're interrelated. That happened. But these people, you don't need to go with buses to get them in. They walk across. They travel for themselves. Who identified this? How many of them? And it's an intermarriage. These things, most of them don't even have time for politics. They bread and butter, dealing with their priorities day to day. It has never been a fact, apart from voter fraud, that there's so much of a demand of Gambian women married outside, within the boundaries of the Gambia, all the boundaries around the Gambia. They're trying to justify this thing. How did they come about this? Why do they think that all those women living in those places are coming to these things? Why go and mobilize them and bring them? It should not be allowed. It's a lie. These people are not Gambians. There are not many Gambian women living in those areas. And if they do, they have their families in this. And what percentage would be supporting you for you to go and get them everywhere else? But again, it's in the Gambian hands. The stakeholders, Gambian citizens. The important about this, I said the desperation in Barrow. Desperation in Barrow. You see, I never wanted to go in details explaining. Because most of the things been talked about before. But when you start the thing, it's just, it goes. There's a risk present here. Because Barrow have failed. Now, Barrow is desperate. And he wants to win this election. What does that mean to them? Because for Barrow, if he loses this election, he's in trouble. His corruption and then everything has to be dealt with. But the people around Barrow too, they are in trouble. That's why some of them are looking at other things. People like Ahmad Ba, I've not spoken to him or anything, but knowing how Ahmad Ba operates, he is looking at other alternatives. And I can tell you today, most of these same technocrats are looking at other alternatives. They are talking to certain people now. Yes. That's what they do. They're opportunists. They jump. They will jump. And Barrow will be surprised that these people turn around to come to act as witnesses. Remember the present what do you call them? The present Secretary General. You remember he copied the minutes And he came to the commission and said, this is it. And other people, you think other people are not thinking the same way or doing the same thing? They're doing that. Most of this, I mean, not all, most of these technocrats are dodgy, are opportunists.